Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something truly fundamental, the world of macromolecules. Specifically, we're looking at carbohydrates and lipids. Now, these aren't just terms from a biology textbook.
No.
They're really the unsung heroes working inside you constantly, powering you, building you.
Yeah.
So our mission today is to unpack their structures, understand their kind of diverse functions, some might surprise you, and really see how they get us energy, build cells, and regulate our bodies.
And, getting a handle on these building blocks, it's almost like a shortcut.
How so?
Well, it helps you make sense of nutrition, health, general biology. It connects the dots. You get those aha moments about how your body actually works, like linking the food you eat to how you feel.
Okay, love those aha moments.
Yeah.
So let's start with carbohydrates, often just called carbs, right?
Right.
These are organic molecules, and a key feature is they're hydrophilic. They like water.
They do. And their main role, the one everyone knows, is providing your body with energy. Exactly. When you eat carbs, they get broken down into glucose. That's the primary immediate fuel source for, well, everything. Cells, tissues, organs.
Like the body's go-to gasoline.
Pretty much. And what's interesting is how the body deals with any extra glucose.
Okay.
It stores it, short-term, in the liver and muscles, as something called glycogen. It's a quick-access reserve.
Yeah, for when you need a boost.
Or, for longer-term storage, it can even convert that excess glucose into fat.
So glucose for now, glycogen for soon, fat for later. Makes sense. But carbs aren't all the same, are they? There are different levels of complexity.
Definitely.
We start simple with monosaccharides. Mono meaning one.
Single sugar units?
Like glucose itself, galactose, fructose, the basic bricks.
Precisely. Those simple units are the foundation. They can link together in all sorts of ways.
And when two of them link up, we get disaccharides, di for two.
Two sugars join together.
And this happens through a specific process, dehydration synthesis.
Yes, that's the one. It sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. A water molecule is removed.
Popped out, sort of?
Exactly. That removal allows a strong bond to form between the two simple sugars. Links them up.
So take a glucose, take a fructose, pull out a water molecule.
And bam, you've got sucrose.
Table sugar.
Common table sugar. Yeah.
Okay, so that leads us to more complex structures. Polysaccharides. Poly means many.
Long chains. Many simple sugars all linked up.
And the key example here is glycogen, which you mentioned.
Right. Glycogen is that stored form of carbohydrate energy in our bodies. It's this big branched molecule made of glucose units.
So it's different from the glucose just floating around in our blood.
Very different. Glucose is for immediate use. Glycogen is the vault, the reserve tank we tap into when blood glucose drops or we need quick energy.
Got it. Energy, energy, energy. But is that the whole story for carbs?
Not quite. Some complex carbs, like fiber from whole grains, our bodies don't really break those down for energy in the same way. But they're incredibly important for gut health, digestion, nutrient absorption. Completely different job, but just as vital.
That's a great point. Okay, so carbs are amazing for energy, immediate and stored, and even gut health. Let's switch gears, though, to another class of macromolecules, lipids. These guys play by different rules.
They sure do.
If carbs are hydrophilic, lipids are mostly hydrophobic. They hate water. Think fats, oils, waxes.
Made mostly of carbon and hydrogen.
And they really don't mix with water.
Nope. But don't let that fool you. Lipids, fats are absolutely critical.
More than just energy storage.
Oh, much more. Yes, they're a very concentrated energy source, actually packing more punch per gram than carbs.
Okay.
But they're also essential for absorbing certain vitamins, the fat-soluble ones, A, D, E, E, K.
Right, you need fat to absorb them.
Exactly. Plus, they're fundamental building blocks of all your cell membranes. And they're involved in making hormones. And they provide essential fatty acids your body can't make itself.
Wow. Okay, so really versatile. They're builders, regulators, not just fuel tanks.
Absolutely. Incredibly versatile.
And like carbs, there are different types, different classes of lipids.
Several major ones.
We've got, let's see, fatty acids, eicosanoids, glycerides, steroids, and then phospholipids and glycolipids.
And understanding these different classes really helps you appreciate all those varied jobs they do. It's not just one thing.
Right. Each has its niche. So let's start with the first one, fatty acids.
The building blocks.
Yeah, the building blocks of fats, both in us and in our food. Structurally, there are these long chains of carbon atoms, mostly bound to hydrogens.
Long hydrocarbon chains.
And there's a key difference within them, right? Saturated versus unsaturated.
A very important difference. Saturated fatty acids have only single bonds between their carbon atoms. They're saturated with hydrogen atoms. Think butter, lard, often solid at room temp.
Okay, and unsaturated.
They have one or more double bonds in that carbon chain.
Which does what to the structure?
It creates kinks, bends in the chain. They don't pack together as tightly. Think olive oil liquid at room temperature.
Got it. Saturated straight chains, unsaturated kinky chains. Now, what about eicosanoids? That sounds complex.
They're a fascinating group. They're actually derived from a specific fatty acid, arachidonic acid.
Oh, okay.
And they act like local hormones, really short-range chemical messengers within tissues.
Doing what?
Influencing all sorts of things. Inflammation, pain, fever, blood pressure, blood clotting, even things like inducing labor. They're potent signaling molecules.
Wow, localized little powerhouses.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have fatty acids, these eicosanoids, but when we think fat stored in the body, we usually mean triglycerides.
That's generally what we mean. Yes, that's the main storage form of fat.
Yeah, their structure.
It's pretty neat. You have a simple 3-carbon backbone called glycerol. And attached to each of those carbons is a fatty acid chain or tail.
3 fatty acid tails, hence triglyceride.
Exactly. Glycerol plus 3 fatty acids. And their main job is energy storage, long-term energy reserves in our adipose tissue.
Our fat cells. And this is where things can get, well, complicated for health, isn't it? High levels of triglycerides.
That's a really critical point, yeah. While we need them for energy storage, having consistently high levels of triglycerides circulating in the blood is strongly linked to cardiovascular problems.
Like heart disease.
Yes. High triglycerides contribute to atherosclerosis, the hardening and narrowing of the arteries. That increases the risk of heart attack, stroke. It's a major health marker.
Yeah.
It shows how balance is key.
Definitely. A clear link there. Okay, moving on. Steroids. These sound different structurally.
They are very different. Their basic structure isn't long chains, but 4 interconnected carbon rings fused together.
4 rings. And they're still lipids.
So lipids, yes.
Yeah.
Based on their chemical properties.
Yeah.
And they are incredibly important.
Like cholesterol. That's a steroid, right? Often gets a bad rap.
It does, but cholesterol is absolutely essential. It's a vital component of cell membranes. Helps keep them fluid and stable.
Okay, so needed for cells.
It's the precursor molecule. Your body uses cholesterol to synthesize all other steroid hormones. It's like the sex hormones estrogens and testosterone. Also corticosteroids from the adrenal glands, which regulate metabolism and stress responses. And calcitriol, important for calcium balance.
So cholesterol is the parent molecule for all these crucial hormones.
Exactly. It's fundamental. So it's essential, but like triglycerides, too much circulating cholesterol, especially certain types, can also contribute to cardiovascular issues. That double-edged sword again.
Right. Essential but needs balance. Okay, last major group, phospholipids and glycolipids. Crucial for cell boundaries, you said.
Absolutely crucial. Phospholipids are the stars here. They have this amazing property called being amphipathic.
Amphipathic, meaning?
Meaning they have 2 distinct parts with opposite relationships to water. They have a hydrophilic head, usually containing a phosphate group, which loves water.
Okay, water-loving head.
And they have 2 hydrophobic tails. Those are fatty acid chains, which hate water.
Water-hating tails, so one end likes water, the other hates it.
Precisely. And this dual nature is what allows them to form cell membranes.
How does that work?
When you put them in water, they spontaneously arrange themselves into a double layer, a bilayer. The hydrophilic heads face outwards towards the water inside and outside the cell.
Okay.
And the hydrophobic tails face inwards, tucked away from the water, creating a barrier.
Wow. That barrier is the cell membrane.
It's the fundamental structure of the cell membrane. It controls what gets in and out. It's brilliant, really, for perfectly meeting function.
And glycolipids, similar idea.
Very similar structure, but instead of a phosphate head group, they have a carbohydrate chain attached to the head.
Ah, glyco for sugar.
Right. They're also found in cell membranes, especially on the outer surface. They play key roles in cell recognition, like little ID tags, helping cells identify each other and in-cell signaling.
So they help cells communicate and know who's who.
Exactly. Another example of how these molecular structures enable complex life processes.
Incredible. So just like that, we've journeyed through these fundamental molecules, carbohydrates and lipids. We've seen how they act as energy sources, both immediate and stored, how they're essential building blocks for things like cell membranes.
And crucial regulators like hormones and signaling molecules.
Yeah, they're performing this incredibly intricate molecular dance inside us all the time.
It really is amazing when you stop to think about it. These invisible microscopic players are underpinning pretty much every aspect of our physical existence, our energy levels, day in, day out.
It's quite something. Silent, constant work. So what does this all mean for you listening? Well, maybe next time you grab a snack, you can think about how your body's gearing up to process those carbs for quick energy, or maybe tuck away those lipids for later.
Or just appreciate the complexity.
Exactly. Consider your body's amazing functions. And maybe ask yourself, what other seemingly simple things in life might have these profound, complex, hidden structures and processes going on just beneath the surface? Something to think about.